Hello, people of the internet. This video is going to cover my thoughts, impressions, and opinions of the Razer Tiamat 2.2 version 2. Is this $150 headset worth it? Let's begin. Let's go over the features first. This headset has dual subwoofers per side, inline remote control, and a mic audio splitter cable, metal frame and suspended headband design, rotating boom mic that's not retractable, oversized interchangeable leatherette ear cushions. And this isn't a feature, but I thought I should mention it because it honestly made me quite ticked when I got these. This model does not have the removable side plates. I thought both versions did, but found out only later that it is the bigger brother, the Tiamat 7.1 version 2. Bummer. The Razer Tiamat version 2 is lightweight and rests easily on your head. After long sessions, I never had any discomfort. The material for the headband feels nice, but it isn't all that squishy, and I am in love with the metal frame. It just helps justify the price point of this headset, though I still think it is a little on the high side. The cable that is attached to the headset is pretty good length for having it connected to the Switch or a PS4 controller. I wish the splitter cable could be a little longer, but it did work for my setup, but it may not for others. When I first began testing the headset, I noticed that when I put them on, I could hear air coming through, which created somewhat of a hollow presence, and I could hear the cable brushing up against my clothing way too much. That being said, I decided I would use it first on the Nintendo Switch. Hey, they even have a picture on their website of a dude using it with the Switch. Initially, it sounded pretty good compared to the Bose SoundSport earbuds that I have been using, and of course they should, since these are meant for gaming. While using the Switch and playing Splatoon 2, the sound was loud, fairly crisp, and clear, though there is this hollow presence in the sound. The bass isn't too overpowering, but at the same time it sounds strong. Unfortunately, it couldn't help me in completely cutting out the mind-numbing music in that game. I tried a few other games on the Switch, and obviously, including Breath of the Wild, they all sounded fine to me. I would have loved to test out the voice chat with this headset, but it is the Nintendo Switch we're talking about here, and we all know how brilliant their voice setup is. When testing the Tiamat on the PS4, I booted up Titanfall 2, and the sound was fairly decent on it as well. I thought I should also mention that both the microphone and game audio work with this headset on the PS4. I wasn't able to test on my Xbox One at this time. I am in the process of moving and it's already boxed up. I didn't want to get it out, so sorry about that. Now, using these on the PC, however, it's a different story. I plug them in using the provided splitter, and if you know me very well, you know that I always go to Battlefield 4 test range first before heading into other games. The sound isn't as solid as it was while using it on consoles for some reason. I adjusted with the EQ on my PC, and I still couldn't get them to sound how I normally prefer my audio to sound. No, I wasn't using Razer Surround at this time, but I will talk about that in a bit. It just sounded weaker overall, though I do get a sense of surround sound, a good sense of it, and testing further, I played Players Unknown Battleground, and the sound just seems hollow. And that being said, there is a good balance between the bass and other game noise, but for me, the bass could be a tad stronger. It just doesn't have that satisfying thud, but it is passable. Since there is no USB connection, Razer Synapse doesn't detect it. That also means no lighting or built-in mic functionality. The lack of a monitor is a huge deal breaker for me. I get that, there are those of you that prefer not to have one, but I am definitely not one of those people. You can customize the sound and EQ while using Razer Surround. For my fiddling, I use Razer Surround Pro. You can increase the bass for more presence, but it does make it sound a little more muffled the more you increase it. I had to turn Surround off while playing Players Unknown Battleground because that specific match, I had a thunderstorm and the constant rain sound was just way too much for me to handle. Like, it was excruciatingly annoying to listen to. And yeah, I could hear sounds better whenever, it wasn't raining and stuff, but I would rather not be driven insane. The issue ceased when Razer Surround was off. So just for clarification, when I say Surround was off, I'm talking about the software, not the actual virtual surround in this headset. After switching back and forth, I eventually just left Razer Surround off and just used the built-in virtual surround on the Tiamat version 2. No matter what I was playing, it just sounded better overall. Talking to people in Discord, I noticed a significant downgrade in quality from what I'm used to when listening to my friends. It is tolerable, but again, the sound is hollow and weak. This could be because the ear cushions don't really isolate outside noise too well, and in turn it causes the sound to escape. For the mic, I will sample how it sounds in a second, but first I would like to point out that this mic is not retractable. You just fold it up and it's always visible. And the mic is incredibly stiff. I mean, basically there's like no flexibility to it at all. I would prefer it to be fully retractable, or at least when it's folded up, make it a little less noticeable. Alright, now onto the mic test. For this test, I'm using no audio filter or special programs, just straight up Windows Recorder. This is a mic test using the Razer Tiamat 2.2 version 2 microphone. Alright, now it's time for my conclusion. On price alone, it is hard for me to recommend this headset. I mean, if you don't mind paying $150 for a wired headset with no mic monitor and average sound, and also the lack of lighting, which is rather strange for a Razer product, and I know lighting's not, not everything has to have lighting, but it is a Razer product and Razer tends to have, kind of a higher price tag. So I'm just throwing that out there. But if you're looking for a headset to use with a Switch, I think it's okay to go with this. I mean, I didn't test voice chat because honestly, I don't think you can with this headset, and the monstrosity that they have in place. I don't think you can. But on the go though with the Switch, you will have to have a pretty good sized backpack to store this in, so it doesn't get damaged. But if you're looking to get a headset for either the PS4 or PC, you may want to look at the Man-O-War from Razer. It is a little bit more money, but it is a pretty solid headset. But if you want to spend a little less and don't care that a headset's wired, then I think you'll be okay with a Tiamat. As always, please hit that subscribe button. Those subs will help me provide more content down the road. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thank you so much for watching.